Well, welcome in, everybody. Who's excited for another show? After all, it's February, which means that it's time for us to have another recap show here on the Monthly Virus Scan. Oh, and it's been a good one for sure. For anyone that's been keeping up with Team BN recently, you'll know that we've been having a BN6 any% tournament. And with that tournament comes plenty of great stuff. But most importantly, we have plenty of new run submissions. So first of all, let's go ahead and start off by highlighting some of the different runs that have been submitted over the course of the month. First of all, Battle Network 1, we're going to go ahead and start off with, and let's check out the leaderboard real quick. As you can see, there at the top, a brand spanking new time for Jagumba, absolute champion of the BN1 single segment board at the moment. Beating out himself once again for this challenge. But we have more than just that to debut for you this month. So let's take a look at what else we got going on. So, first of all, let's check out all the different runs that have been submitted for BN6. After all, oh, how many could there be, right? Look at all these over here. All of these great folks going out here and doing a run within the last month. Take a look at them. Make it a little bigger here. There we go. All those great people that we got there on the right board. So, if you recognize any of those names, or if you are one of them, hey, congratulations. That's some pretty sweet stuff going on. And the best part is, we're not even done with the tournament yet. It's going to be real exciting. But, let's go ahead and also check out the leaderboard while we're at it. After all, the recent times are very, very good, but they all contribute to the leaderboard. Look at all these good ones we got over here. Now, wait a sec. Oh, I believe something has changed a bit up here at the top of the rankings. But we'll get to that in just a moment. First of all, we're going to highlight a couple other things. So, I'd like to point out 3 different runners today. The first one I'm going to point out is actually a runner by the name of Nekonami, submitting her first run to delete Diveman % this very month. So, let's check her out, shall we?
With the, Oh! Let's go! Let's go!
Pretty good stuff, huh? Yes, absolutely. We got a brand spanking new runner this month. Isn't that great? Hey, you could be one of these next month. That's all I'm saying. 2 scenario, it's a great way to start. As you can already see, Nekonami, no stranger to speedrunning itself, but was completely new to the Battle Network. So, hey, this is your opportunity that if you've been thinking about doing a speedrun, oh, you should give it a shot. Now, next up, I gotta call out a brand new record holder. This one actually in Battle Network 5 2 scenario, where we're going to be checking out a runner by the name of Metamos. Take a look at this clip.
Alright, 막았잖아요. 아 왜? 아 거기 요건 가세. 아이 하이 하이 가이.
Pretty sweet, huh? Turns out, for those that weren't paying attention, Metamos actually just took and sniped the BN5 Shade Man % world record. That was looking pretty dang sweet. And there's one more record we have to cover, and it's the one I teased a little bit at the beginning. Last but not least, we've got our very own Team BN Rish locking it in with BN6 Gregor. So, take a look at this absolutely beautiful finish.
Yeah, dude. Oh.
First of all, Rich, thank you so much for saving me the effort of having to edit that clip. But second of all, what an incredible finish. You can see the look on your face. The look on Rich's face there, absolutely priceless. That is the face of someone who absolutely knew that the time he was looking at, beautiful. It's a real shame he didn't get that 206 he was looking for. Went a little too far beyond. And so, yes, indeed, 3 different run highlights. Nekonami, Metamos, and Rish absolutely just going above and beyond even their own abilities this month to make sure that they've got some really good stuff going on. I did notice the FM tracker. That was interesting. So, I mean, honestly, I might try and use it myself, to be honest. Pretty dang sweet. So, with all of these different runs going on and all the different things going on in the tournament right now, and if you haven't checked out the bracket, you're going to want to, !bracket here on Team BN. You're going to want to see the end of this tournament, because we have got nothing but banger matches up for the rest of the... Not to say that there haven't been incredible ones going on already. But, well, February's been a very fun month. And, oh, what's a fun month without a lot of fun, entertaining clips? You all already know where I'm going. Fun? That's right. We got a brand new clip compilation. So, yeah, I'll sit back for a few moments and enjoy our brand new clip compilation for the month of February. I'll see you all in a bit. February 5th, 2023. A typical day for many. But on this day, speedrun history was about to be made once again.
We slip into them and then slip rock off them and go this way.
Oh, in weather?
In weather.
Whoa!
Yeah,
No!
lower your step.
This is good.
Oh my god. This cloud's too slow. He's too smart for me.
Fell off cloud, bingo.
He's too
that.
smart.
Bro is a pixel from Super Paper Mario. Oh yeah, that's right.
Oh.
Oh! Oh! Oh!
Wait, was he at 65? No, he's alive.
Woo!
Yeah. Pete Man had to go to
Yeah, probably.
I did the thing, dude. Why didn't I? Oh my.
Soft locked?
Dude. Yeah. No!
Oh no.
Dude. I wasn't thinking. Oh my god.
I believe in Smog. He's got this.
Hate to break it to you, Chaos, or wait, Daddy. Anyway, it'll be fine.
If I get full synchro before it, then I get double damage, and it will mess with my photo flow. But I want to try it out. Yo, I counted him. Let's go. I actually counted him. This is lovely. We got him! We got him! Oh my goodness, oh my goodness, oh my goodness, we got him! We actually drew it! We drew it! Oh my goodness, we actually drew it! That is the best bossman fight I've ever had. Oh! We drew it! What? I just put my phone up because I thought... Oh, clip it, please, clip it. Like, top runners have to see this.
That's the one I need. I believe in you.
Oh no.
reset
Oh,
the judgment.
No. Oh no, this is a bad play.
Colonel's
What
going
if I just do
insane.
this?
He doesn't use elements. Oh, you're gonna beast out. I see what you're doing. Okay. Saw you grab it first, and I was like, I'm curious what the Galaxy Brain play is here.
Oops. Oops. This is bad. Oh no. Oh. Ah!
Are you gonna fight base?
Died to a boss.
Yeah.
Oh, you got
I've-
caped.
Died
to a
boss. And I don't even know what would be the worst, Dan. The new skip already doing a hell of work.
I was gonna say the wait, I think one has to shower.
Shower skip, yo? That's just me. Wait a second.
Wait a minute.
Wait a second.
Hold on.
Oh, goodness.
You're like, this is the first time I'm ever talking to you, and I hate you already.
I love you too, buddy.
I love you too, man.
Oh.
Wholesome community.
When the moon hits your eyes,
Like a big pizza pie.
that's some more.
Okay, I have PTSD from that song. This is the worst place for them to go, because they can just bounce forever. Huh? What? Did y'all see that? What the hell was that? I'll take it, but what the hell was that?
To the darkened nets, where Sky's power has seeped throughout.
Swib skipping the wrong two swords in the pool. Well, actually, I guess it doesn't matter, does it?
I have no idea what star code
Yeah.
I just got rid of.
No, it doesn't
Hopefully
matter.
It's not
at all. I
important.
take it back. Wait, did you just lotto? Did you just?
Yeah, in case it was sung
trader?
a bingo card.
Oh my god! What did you get?
What did I put away?
Now, fat kid, what did you take out of the folder?
Wait,
I didn't trade
Wait,
the dude.
Trade the dude?
No way. I did. I
No
traded
way.
the dude.
I can't.
Kid!
Oh my god!
No,
Yeah,
the
clip
dude.
that. Clip that.
I
Chat.
traded the dude.
Oh, excuse me, rude as clown.
Okay.
Now just keep going up. You are probably going to be close to the actual like cloud. Now, I'm assuming you're probably in that corner, so hold left.
Gotta be. Left.
Because then you'll just go up the ramp.
Where am I going? I'm not holding right.
What? Where is he?
I'm
What's
not
happening?
hitting anything. Mega Man's doing this by himself. He might have gotten the cloud.
I think
Are
he
you
got
on
on
the
the cloud and
Can
it
you
doesn't
move
know what to do.
Oh
Yeah,
my
I'm on
gosh.
the cloud. I lost control. Good
Nice.
direction.
Nah, Mega Man really said, nah, I got this.
Good directions, Rich, though. That got me to the cloud.
What in the world?
So this is an interesting soft lock.
Softbox you. That's interesting.
Yeah. Oh,
Game's like, where are you?
Where is he? Oh my god! Oh my god!
What? It relinks you with the cloud? Oh my god. Oh boy, yeah, I got a kick out of that one. Incredible month of content to be had by all. And you might have noticed there was a lack of a few clips from a certain section of one of our tournament games. Not to worry. What I have affectionately called the 7-minute uncuttable scent of the Swim vs. Fat Kid game, known as the Undernet Cut, will be live on the Team BN channel here in the coming days. So don't you worry. There is a whole nother section that I just can't afford to show you here. You're gonna have to check it out on the Team BN YouTube channel. And if you haven't gone and subscribed, what are you doing? Go out and get it. So trust me, I could not I went through it 3 times. I could not cut anything. That's what I'm talking. Like, literally, there was nothing. Usually there's like a solid couple, some moments you can chip out of it. Nothing. It's impossible. Oh, but anyways, the clip compilation all wrapped up, and we'll also be on the Team Fan channel. I've got to go ahead and introduce our first of 2 special guests today. You all probably know him as, well, I don't know what name you might know him as, but you definitely know his emotes. After all, if you don't have them, then you're missing out on one of the best emote sets on Twitch. So, for anyone who doesn't know who I'm talking about, give it up for my first guest. It's xKilios. How are you doing today, xKilios?
Hey, what's up? Doing pretty good. It's a pretty nice Tuesday.
Absolutely. So, I'm going to start out with giving you the opportunity to just tell people about yourself.
So I am a Battle Network / Star Force speedrunner. I also play some other games like Shantae. Everyone should play Shantae, please. I really beg you. The game's really good.
I've been meaning to try those out.
They're really good games. Primarily just do Battle Network speedruns over the time. I've always been speedrunning for almost 10 years now, it looks like, and it'll be interesting to see how in 10 years, where have I gone with speedrunning? And the answer is I've only played BN3.
Really? So
it's pretty much for the most part.
I mean, hey, somebody has to, right? God knows I've only played, well, I pretty much only get end up playing the back half. I can feel it as far as that goes. But, out of curiosity, you mentioned 10 years. Well, how did you get started speedrunning?
It was actually kind of interesting because I looked into some games. I had saw some streams of like Pokemon speedruns, and I thought that was cool. But I was like, I like Pokemon and all, but is it really something I want to speedrun? So I looked through a bunch of my carts, and I was like, man, you know what would be a really fun game to speedrun? Mega Man Battle Network. So I did anything that anyone would do, and it was just, I just went on Google and I typed in Mega Man Battle Network speedrun. And I came across this article, or not even article, a forum post from SDA, where I saw that there was a group of people who had interest in speedrunning Battle Network. So then I went onto Twitch for the first time. I made an account. I got my very prized picture of Chisao and made it my image. And I stepped into this guy, pretty much far gone, no longer with us, Methodical's chat, for the first time, and introduced myself and told him I was interested in doing some Battle Network speedruns. And he was doing Battle Network 6 at the time. That's when I started to run into the guys, and I met Terra, I met Slasher Man, I met Silver and everybody else. It was a pretty good time early on.
Wow, that's incredible. Methodical, huh? Seems like an interesting guy. Now, out of curiosity, so you already answered how you found Team BN. You just decided, hey, I'm going to speedrun Battle Network. Go ahead and go out here and check it out. So, out of curiosity, what inspired you to use the emotes that you did, the Scuttlers and the Life Virus?
So for a long time, I really didn't know if I wanted to turn on affiliate, but there was a moment in time where all of us were starting to turn it on. I was like, that would be kind of cool. But the idea crossed my mind where it was like, man, I really want some emotes that I could just use anywhere, because there are some prominent channels that you see everywhere, and they have these really good general emotes. And I thought about it, I was like, I really like using certain emotions. What if I just got emotions of a virus? So I thought about it. My favorite virus, or one of my favorite virus series in the Battle Network series, is the Dream Bit viruses, or better known as the Scuttles in English. And it just dawned on me. They were like, there's so many different colors. I can use all of them. And each emote that I have available right now are basically a Scuttle variation with a different emote to it.
I do really like them. They are very, very cute. And, I mean, each of them are just so expressive. There's one. Everything from the Blast to Peak to Dab to just just, I don't know. I again will wholeheartedly recommend that if you haven't checked out Kilios' emote set, you should. You probably see him all over the place in TPN, and for good reason. So that's awesome. I'm glad to hear that that's your favorite just set of viruses. Something cool and just cool enough. I think mine would probably have to be Katak might be one of them. I like the little tanks. So also the Magnum virus. I like the Magnum virus. Well,
yeah, there's a lot of good ones. There was an option where I was considering doing sensor viruses.
Oh yeah.
Because sensor, needler, stuff like that from BN3, I always had a lot of fun using. And I thought that would be a really good one. But then overall the theme, I was like, you know, maybe Scumbles would be a lot better. Because with all their colors, you can start doing like some very specific emotes. And in the future, when I started to make more emotes, there's a few emotes that I commissioned that are just based off of some of my favorite Pokemon, and it uses their colors as a scheme.
That's pretty good. Honestly, I absolutely love how vibrant the colors are. Some of the viruses just don't get that as much with some of them, which is a shame.
Yeah, shouts to Zinvogel. He was a really great friend. He got me these emotes and was willing to sit down there with me and figure out what expressiveness I would want to come out of these emotes, and helps me get some really great ones.
Oh, absolutely. It was worth what it, I mean, how much paid for it, worth every penny. And if that was in friendship, then so be it. Well, I guess I only have one more question before we go ahead and go to our next guest. Kilios, what's your favorite color?
My favorite color, it's actually, I have a tie between a few of them, but my two favorite colors, I would say, are purple and orange.
Respectable. I am a huge connoisseur of purple myself. Though I usually go with a nice green to accent it out for orange. But I do think that orange looks pretty dang good. So to me, that just says that you have red in two different inflecting colors. Because obviously, like, you know, you gotta leave red for the big man himself, right?
That is true.
Rich is, of course, the now world record holding red lover in Team BN. Well, thank you so much, Kilios, and we'll bring you back in just a few moments. But before that, I've got to introduce our next guest, who is also a longtime supporter of Team BN. And that guest happens to be... let me take a look-see here. Picture is kind of funny. Excuse me, good sir. What is your name?
Hello, Erothaur. Formerly known as Methodical.
Methodical? No way! I can't believe I'm getting a chance to meet you so soon.
Him indeed, yeah.
Well, first of all, I'd love for you to just go ahead and do a quick spiel and introduce yourself.
Yeah, so Erothaur, I was Methodical before. It's one of several usernames I used back then. I got into speedrunning. First of all, I speedrun Battle Network 6 and 4 specifically. I haven't really done the others. I've done a little bit, but not a whole lot. And I don't really speedrun other games, although I have done a little bit of Celeste and actually some of the Monster Hunter games.
Really? Monster Hunter games? What? Run on that.
I did Monster Hunter 4 Ultimate and Monster Hunter Generation.
Oh, wow.
Or Cross, I guess. I think I did the Japanese version.
Interesting. Okay. Oh, that actually seems really interesting. Just because, I mean, Monster Hunter is not a game I think of as far as speedrunning goes, usually.
Yeah, not really ILs either, just full game runs, which was kind of fun.
Dang, alright.
I didn't do much of it, though, because they were very long, and people have done it a lot better than me, since I was among the first runners for those two games.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I certainly am a Monster Hunter fan myself. That's why I was so curious as to doing a run for Monster Hunter. That's wild.
It's pretty cool, and the strats for the runs now are really neat, too. There's lots of melee, like, bowgun shenanigans.
Oh, no way. That sounds hilarious.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I guess I'll just go ahead and lead into the first question here. How did you get started speedrunning?
So, back when Twitch was, I guess, relatively new. It was Justin TV before, I think, but it was.
Oh yeah.
I didn't discover it until it was Twitch, or they merged or something. I don't recall. I discovered speedrunning through, I think it was Pokemon speedrun streams, and I was interested in what a Battle Network speedrun would look like, and I decided I might want to try that as well. So I tried to look it up, and there was exactly one run of 6 that I could find, and none of 4. Oh. And then I stumbled across the Speed Demos Archive SDA Battle Network thread, of which there was one as well.
Wow.
And there were a few people there posting about times and potential speedrun strats. Most of it was segmented at the time. Battle Network 6, I don't think was the only RTA. There might have been, I think 2 was also done. Battle Network 2 had like a 4 or 5 hour time or something.
Oh, wow. I can't even imagine.
It was really funny because we all kind of popped up around the same time. Yeah, Taraj is kind of mentioning it in chat. The guy who ran BN6 before me was Forte27, I think was his Twitch name.
Ah, interesting. Forte Deluxe
And
27.
he had a 246 something, or 245 something when I got started. It's the run that's still in his name on the leaderboard, actually. That was when I started running, and he was the only other guy who had run the game.
That's incredible. To put this in perspective, chat, if you don't remember it from the beginning of the show, current record now is a 2:05. That means there's a 41-minute save from then to now.
Mm-hmm.
That's insane. How does that feel as someone who's just watched this series for that entire duration?
It's been really crazy watching 6, especially because I've been very interactive with 6 the whole way through its speedrun life, but all the games, seeing them go down lower and lower, and each of those barriers getting passed. Like, I remember my first sub 240, I remember my first sub 230, I remember last bopping my Werf 4 times in a row while I was at GDQ and couldn't fight back. Yeah, all the I think the 220 barrier was the biggest one for me. Things just like went wrong run after run, and then after, just probably a year or 2 before I actually got the sub 220, that was a big deal at the time.
Wow. Oh, I think that's just really interesting to hear about. So I guess, and I'm going to ask you both about that in just a little bit. But a couple other questions for you. What was the motivation behind both your usernames, both the one you started with and how you got to this new one you have?
When I was methodical, I had been kind of using a few different usernames, kind of just making them up as I went along. But eventually I settled on Erothaur. It actually originated, I got it with a random username generator somewhere online, long forgotten.
Really?
It was actually my World of Warcraft character at the time. And as it turned out, Erothaur wasn't taken anywhere at all, ever. And I liked the name, so I just decided to stick to that one name, kind of change everything to match that.
It's kind of funny that as a speedrunner, you left your username up to RNG, the one thing you couldn't control.
It wasn't the first one that popped up. It was the first one that I liked.
Well, right. Yeah. You can't just hit random and pick the first one. You can, I guess. That's kind of insane. Man.
Yeah, it wasn't actually from the Warcraft name generator. It was from some random one online. I don't know what the site was called or if it's still up or not.
And back in some of the earlier days of the internet where people were probably trying to figure out usernames, and it's like, hey, I'm just going to go here. That is interesting. Yeah. I like that you've leaned into it as just like your name for so long. Ever have thoughts about changing it?
No, I'm very happy with Erothaur now. I have it everywhere. I think now I have it on Twitch, YouTube, Twitter, Discord. My 14 character uses it as, well, my 14 characters, I guess, if I had multiple, would use it as their surname. Don't play WoW anymore. That game's terrible. But
Yeah, come play Final Fantasy. But I mean that's an awesome story. Well, before we go to the round table, I gotta ask you as well. What's your favorite color, Aaron?
it depends heavily on my mood. Probably one of blue, red, or purple. I'd say, depending on my mood. Neutral, like black and gray, are great too. I just dark mode everything, but.
Oh, dark mode is an absolute godsend. I just figured out the other day you can do dark mode on I think Microsoft Teams. I did not realize had dark mode. I just had gotten so used to it.
I recently finally installed a dark mode plugin for my browser, and it's changed my life. So
that's a very, very good idea. Yeah, I don't even know. But purple, again, definitely based. I'm actually wearing a purple shirt right now with the official Battle Network designs on it, which, by the way, I'm pretty sure are still on sale at the Capcom store. Definitely worth it. One of the best purchases I've ever made. So, definitely ready for the end collection. It is purple. The lighting and camera might be a little weird, but it is a darker purple. So,
I have blue light filter permanently enabled, so it mostly just looks blue on my monitor.
That's all right. One of these days, I'll be an in-person event. We'll see.
True.
But thank you so much, Erothaur. Let's go ahead and go here to the round table then. I'm going to ask you both a few questions and going to have some fun with it. I see that perhaps xKilios has fallen asleep in this time that we've taken here. Very comfy looking. What did you say that it was in Japanese? Dreambit?
I'm pretty sure it's Dreambit, unless I'm going crazy. Someone can correct me.
I believe it.
Sounds familiar.
Yeah. I absolutely love that. And that is one of your, is that from your bit tiers?
Yeah, it's my first bit tier emote.
Right, well, you heard the man. Not only do you got to go sub to xKilios, now you got to go make sure to donate, I think 1,000 bits is here for this absolutely comfy looking emote here. Everybody show up to xKilios. And I love that both of your names have showed up as purple on the stream title. Very, very nice. That plus the green from mine makes a perfect color scheme. Oh, man.
That's interesting. I still don't know how that chooses the color.
I think Tara had gone over it the other day, but I can't remember in what venue. So, but there is a way to do it. Mine is currently green. I think it's for accent color from your account. So, either way. I love how they're looking. Now let's go and ask y'all a few questions around the table here. So, first of all, I want to know from both of you, and I think we've already kind of heard the preference on both, but which of the 10 main games is your favorite to speedrun?
I could start.
Okay.
So, I think of the runs, BN3 is definitely probably my favorite because it's the one where I can show off a lot of my on-the-fly thinking skill. I feel. I learned that while it is very standard with what the draws you get is, there's a lot of different things you can do for each fight because of the way that you were forced to have a locked folder for some of the scenarios. So a lot of different things started to pop up, whereas like you just use a glitch in your Navicus to get guard, or you can just use the mod tools codes to get reflect. It's like there's a lot of different variations to the runs that you can do, and I kind of liked that because it basically is runner's preference into what code you use, and that kind of made it the most enjoyable for me.
I do think that's pretty neat. For those that don't know, midway through BN3 during the N1 tournament, you get to choose between, what is it, 4 or 5 different folders?
It's 4 different folders. And you get to also use the Hades folder or switch back to a default folder.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. So lots of different choices. So for BN3, you don't really have to collect many chips, is what I'm saying.
Unfortunately, that is not true. There are plenty of chips you need to collect into BN3. It's one of the longer, if not, I think still the longest speedruns to do for Alpha Omega. I think that is no longer true, but you can't hold me to it until someone tells me otherwise.
I think as far as longest run goes, it's either got to be Alpha Omega or I think Duo Omega.
Duo or Nebula Gray is probably the longest
Oh,
now.
Nebula Gray Omega. True. That's a good point. Well, obviously, xKilios is a big BN3 enjoyer, and you might have been able to guess from his outset. But what about you, Erothaur? What's your favorite game to run?
So I've only really put extensive time into 6 and 4, so I don't feel qualified to really speak about how I feel on the other 4.
That's fine. Well, then tell us which one you prefer and why.
But out of 4 and 6, I do really like 4 as a speed game and casually, but we won't get into that right now.
I'm a BN4 enjoyer too.
But-
You're safe in this space.
BN6 is definitely like by far better as a speed game, I think, than BN4, which is interesting because in some ways I like the BN4 run better, but 6 just has so many little intricate things that make it really fun and interesting to run. It's also very easy to get into, although I guess 4 is not particularly difficult to get into either.
Well, I think it's, it's got about a 1 frame wide door on it, but other than that, it's a pretty good one.
Yeah, well, that could be 3 frames if I could be bothered to fix it, but...
Door number 573, you big jerk. I will forever be haunted by that number. But yes, I think I agree with Rish in the case, and perhaps you do as well. BN6 has a very low bar of entry, but you can get so high on the skill ceiling.
Yeah, absolutely. At the entry level, you can kind of just heat cross spam your way through the game with copy damage, and you'll be pretty fast. And then at the top end, they almost don't use heat cross at all. So
absolutely, and I always love watching those, especially you get some of the fouls are always interesting to see. So we got an enjoyer of both the front half and the back half games here, which is very interesting to see just because, well, obviously there's differences between them, but they're both very, very fun. So let's ask the next question here. You all both told me what games you enjoy speedrunning, but I'm curious as to which of the 10 main games that is your favorite to play casually.
I guess I'll just go first for the questions.
All right,
so
sounds good, xKilios.
My favorite game casually, contrary to popular belief, I've never played BN6 past 5-man, which everyone thought was a joke for a while, and it's still true. I speedrun the game now because of the tournament, but I have still never played the game casually.
Wow.
But it seems like it would be fun, but my favorite casual game of the series, I think, has to be Battle Network 5.
BN5, now Team Proto Man or Team Colonel?
Oh, I'm a Team Colonel enjoyer.
Validation, baby. Woo! I too am a big Team Colonel enjoyer, and honestly, I think I'd have to agree. It's probably my favorite casual game as well.
Yeah, there's something about the Liberations that just seemed so much fun to me when I was growing up, and it felt cool to try and just get them as low as possible, as well as to see what kind of different strats you could do with your order points and whatnot, depending on how much you had.
Oh, absolutely. And speaking of BN5, I believe the opener music, Joseph in Double Team DS just kicked on. That's hilarious. This is random, by the way.
That's also a funny thing to bring up because the first version of BN5 I actually played was Double Team DS.
Really?
I had asked my dad, hey, I really like Battle Network, and he was like, oh, really? So he had went to a GameStop one day and then randomly had just picked it up and then showed me, and I was like, they made a DS Battle Network? When did that happen?
Right.
And it just so happened to be BN5, Double Team DS. And then eventually I got the GBA carts and learned about the connections you can have for like the base crosses and further on the soul cross and whatnot.
Well, I remember slotting in BN3 and that the first time I was like, whoa, it's because BN3 Blue was my first game. So that's why, like, I definitely, when you're talking about BN3, that nostalgia's right there. Like, oh.
Yeah. It was also nice playing Double Team DS because depending on which Battle Network game you had slotted into the second slot, it would change the battle virus music.
Which is so cool. It was a mix of it, too. Like, it wasn't even just the base version.
Yeah, it was all just, like, remixes, and I thought that was really awesome. Okay. I had never noticed it before because usually when I had played on my DS, I always had like 3 slotted in, or like maybe 4. I didn't notice it really that much because you kind of listen to the battle music so many times, and then you just like kind of just blends in.
Oh
But
yeah.
when you go back and listen to it defaultly, you're like, whoa, this is different from what I remember. And then that's when it clued in that every time you load it into the game, it shows you if you slotted in something specific where it found that record or not.
That's so cool. I love it. I mean, again, BN5 kernel, incredible game. All right, Erothaur, what's your favorite one to play casually?
So I think most of the people in Team BN know this already, but my favorite casually is Battle Network 4.
Red Sun or Blue Moon?
It's hard. Probably Red Sun.
Out of curiosity,
but there are
why?
things that I like about Blue Moon as well.
So why?
No, probably Blue Moon I like better actually.
Ooh, okay. What was going in your mind to try and make that decision?
Blue Moon has Junk Soul and Roll Soul, which I think are my 2 favorite souls in Battle Network 4.
That's completely fair. Roll Soul was extremely good. Oh, and Junk Soul, definitely underrated. As a kid, I didn't understand.
Oh, does Red Sun have Roll Soul?
Oh, wait.
It doesn't matter.
No,
Blue
Red
Moon
Sun
has
is
Junk
Red
Soul,
Sun is Roll
so
Soul.
it wins.
Ah,
Junk
okay.
Soul is more important. We don't worry about.
So Junk Soul's your boy. So
Roll.
Blue Moon for Junk Soul. Well, Blue Moon also has Metal Soul, so I mean...
It does have Metal Soul and Proto Soul as well. So.
Proto Soul.
Reflector is really fun.
Very, very true.
Be left to reflect, I mean.
There's a lot of really cool souls in both games. I definitely, I feel you when you're kind of conflicted between the two.
Yeah, and I've not run it in a while, so it's hard to remember.
Hey, the time's coming up. I mean, heck, April 14th, right?
True, yeah.
That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, Battle Network 4, though, I think that there's a level of nostalgia there, obviously, because it was actually the first Battle Network I played as well, but...
Really?
Yeah. I got into Battle Network, I think, half a year or so before Battle Network 5 came out. I actually discovered it. I rented BN4. It's back when video game rentals were a thing.
Oh, yeah.
For GBA, and I liked it a lot, so I brought it back and then just went and bought it. So
that's pretty sweet. I remember my memories for it was one trying to figure out the stupid boat puzzle. I was over at my dad's house, and I was like, I don't know what 1 and 9 2 means.
Then I got 5 when it came out, and then I went back and played 3, and then I got 6 when that came out. And I've never done 1 or 2 casually. 2 seems like one that I would have really liked casually. And if I started with 2 and 3, one of those might be well, probably not 3, but let's not go into that. One of the things I liked the most about 4 was the New Game Plus playthroughs and the scaling difficulty. So I think BN2, if I played that and had known about hard mode, then that could have easily been my favorite if I played it before 4.
BN2 hard mode one. I definitely feel you on the BN4 scaling, because it's kind of neat. You get to do the same things, but it's like, okay, everything's level 3. Like, there is no easy area that you're like, oh, let me just walk through here. This is going to be a walk in the park.
Yeah. And there's something I think really special about Metars beating you up when you play through 3.
Yeah, you start out the game, there's 3 Metar 3s, you're like, help.
Normal Navi 3 is like terrifying.
True. Foot bomb on level 3 is also an absolutely death-defying stun.
Yeah.
Like, oh, this bomb does this much, and how much health does that guy have?
I don't think it actually scales, does it? With
his health scales.
New Game Plus? I'm not sure.
Yeah, no, his health actually does scale in that minigame. If I remember correctly.
It might. I don't recall. I've only done 100% once, and it was like way back when I first got the game. So.
I mean, I only recently played it last year. I will say, I love the Shade Man and Laser Man endgame fights.
Oh yeah, Laser Man is really cool. The fight
so
is a
good.
little bit lame because he's very easy, but at least V1 is very easy. But the Navi design I thought was really cool.
Oh, absolutely. And I love the fact that both of them had the mystery data. You had to keep safe while beating them up. That was real.
We'll be split on that, I guess.
I
thought it was really neat, but man, it was a pain in the ass.
I like the fact that I think they gave the same thing, if I remember. They only had to beat one.
Yeah, they have the same thing. It's significantly easier on the Laser Man fight as well.
Right, because Shade Man will spread into bats and like clip it half the time. Which the Shade Man fight, the mechanics on the Shade Man fight are insane.
Yeah, the Shade Man fight's really cool. It's a shame you don't get to fight him in the story.
Well, then that's what I'm saying. It's like, it is a shame that there's a few different things that show up on really things that show up in BN4. They're almost there. They're the 85-90% like, ooh, this could have been just as good as BN3 if like. But I absolutely
definitely has shortcomings, and I think that it's my favorite in spite of those. And some of them are actually even kind of charming in a nostalgic way, like the mistranslation.
Yeah, I'm kind of hoping. Well, I mean, we'll have to see what they do with the collection, but
I'm sure they'll fix the translation. I almost don't want them to, but like they're not going to leave it the way it is, you know.
If they're going to retranslate it anyway, probably not.
Yeah,
that's okay. We'll always have probably the one we play around on anyway, whatever that means. So I'm excited for a lot of the tournament in BN4 action. Because like that whole mechanic completely ignored because
being able to mix tournaments with people easily again so you can get them all is going to be nice.
Exactly. I'm very excited to make Cyber Curry again. That's legitimately, in my opinion, one of the most fun, like, just mini game, like, oh, what's happening here?
I hate Flav, dude.
I don't like Flav, I like the mini game. I also
pre-tourney manip brain does not like Flav.
I also love just all the cutscenes with them where just their souls come out of their body. This was so good, whoa!
It was Food Wars before Food Wars came out.
Exactly. I was actually just about to say it's like Shokugeki. Like, oh man. Well, that's a good one. So man, enjoyers of once again kind of different games, but BN4 and BN5, both very, very good ones. And again, Team Colonel forever, baby. And so going on to the next one. What's you all's favorite run to watch? Maybe not one that you do, but one that you enjoy watching people run. We'll go ahead and start with you, Erothaur.
It's probably also 6.
Greg or Fowls already? One that you like better?
For watching, I'm not very particular, but I do prefer playing Gregor.
Fair.
It's something about not having super armor on the beast out and then like having to catch fish. Not really into it.
Well, so you have charge cross and race cross.
Yeah.
I see.
I think watching Beast SP is really fun, and just watching 6 in general is really fun. Especially as someone who knows all those tiny little details that you can look for. And I mean, watching Brish or Komari or Jagumba, I learn stuff every single time, pretty much, that I watch their streams. And then if you watch a newer runner, you get to see them improving. Like watching xKilios improve over the course of this tournament has been insane. Just the speed at which he's improved. But even watching runners improve at normal paces is it's really cool. And then like they'll ask a question and you'll tell them, and you'll see the moment where they get that, and sometimes they get excited about strats and stuff. It's really, I don't know. I just like being a nerd about BN6.
No, I think that's really cool. What about you, xKilios? Oh, go ahead.
No, sorry.
No, you're good. You're good. Finish your thought.
I think all of the games are fairly fun to watch. Maybe except I don't think 4 is that interesting to watch. It's pretty fun to play, but watching it is like it's kind of just dark chip spam. So I don't think it's It's probably one of the weaker runs.
That's kind of fair. Yeah, from a spectator.
Also,
position.
watching RNG manip in 1 and 2, like the sort of pure RNG manip, gets stale pretty quick.
Yeah, it's cool to watch. It's cool to watch once. I definitely agree, and I think execution-wise, it looks like it would be really cool.
Oh yeah, the first time you see it, it's crazy, for sure, and it's fun to route. But I don't think I'd want to run or watch it very much.
Right. Yeah, so I think oh man, I think I think BN6 has been a really fun one to watch as well. Wholeheartedly agree. The BN6 any% tournament has been the best anime this season.
True.
Now, do you think that xKilios is going to win it all?
No, but I really want him to.
We believe in you, xKilios. That's what we're saying here. No, don't worry. I feel the same way.
All right. Well, what about you, xKilios? What's your favorite one to watch?
So it's kind of interesting because recently, since I did start participating in the BN6 tournaments, I think I started to appreciate more how the game is ran, because when you watch it, it kind of looks cool. You see everything happening, and then it kind of just makes sense. Oh, they're using this chip to do that, or they're heat crossing here because it's probably just a more consistent thing to do. But after learning to run, you start to realize that, oh my god, they just drew airspin on this fight. That's like really good. Now you just don't have to worry about heat crossing, because like Erothaur said, once you reach the high end, you start to realize that heat crossing is slow. There's other things where like your chip draws matter a lot. Going into Beast Out, so you can just use like a Vulcan with a buff the plus 30 damage on it to just destroy a fight, to be able to carry over your full synchro. That's something I never even considered, because I never even knew about the whole gimmick. It didn't even occur to me at the time that crosses were just, they just take out your full synchro in a hole.
Oh, absolutely.
So I think 5 and 6 speedruns are probably my favorite. 6 for the fact that now that I'm running the game, everything looks so much nicer, because I know exactly why they chose their chip and for what reason, and why they're doing certain movements like this way. And practicing it myself was also a lot of fun. For 5 speedruns, I am a fan of any% no ace.
Mm-hmm.
I've been watching this runner, Devil, going for more world record attempts, and it is amazing to see what a runner can do with literally any chip draw they get. I'm pretty sure he's practiced like every single fight, and depending on his draw, he knows exactly how to get a one-turn liberation with it.
Yeah, especially for BN5, where one turn's pretty much make or break whether you can even do the run to a fast degree like he needs it to be.
Yeah, watching Devil's runs, I realized that the way he does his liberations is he does it with the mindset that he will get a one-turn liberation. Because when I went to go remake his maps, because I didn't know if he had a public source, and I was like, he's not using screen divide here. I wonder why he's doing that. And then I realized, oh, he's just going for a one-turn because it's faster. And I was like, okay, that makes sense. Saves you the menu input, and you just move on.
In Devil's world, screen divide is useless.
Yeah, it's just it's so amazing when you can see someone just do that, and you're like, okay, he just does this for the entire game, and he makes it work. Yeah. And unfortunately, the worst friend of Battle Network 5 runs is just bug frags.
Yeah, I remember watching a run of his where he got to the bug frag trader 1 frag short. And it was on a great pace, too. 1 frag. In fact, every GMD in both the areas leading up to it.
The run can just be made or break, just because if you have 8 bug frags or not. It's insane. For BN6, I think one of my favorite runners to watch, although I think he would disagree, is actually Jameek. Because he does run Falzar, but the way he handles all his draws, because he has to actually think about, well, he can't just spam heat cross.
Yeah, no cross out option. You gotta think about it.
I think Jameek's a phenomenal runner, and the way he handles fights and the way he thinks about fights, it just makes it work. It's like crazy how he does everything.
Oh, absolutely. And if y'all haven't
he doesn't give himself enough credit, but I think he is definitely a really good runner.
I wholeheartedly agree. And if y'all haven't gotten a chance to watch a Jameek run, you're definitely going to want to do. He's been on commentary on a few of these games. I believe, I can't remember, I think he was knocked out recently.
No, the next match is actually between me and Mr. Ink.
Well.
Jameek is a big fan of Mr. Ink. They're basically like brothers. So it's like, if I'm going against Mr. Ink, it's like I'm going against Jameek.
Oh, man. Oh, wow. Not only might you get a chance to see Jameek's runs on his channel, but you will get to see it as part of the tournament. Pretty sweet. And what an incredible match to have, too, against the xKilios. Jameek's brother, Income Big. Man, that's okay. So, yeah, both of y'all with pretty interesting just takes on it. But it sounds like, I mean, BN6 is the spectator sport, is what we're trying to say here. At least more or less. Oh, let's get a little off of speedrun topics here for the last few here. So, question for both of you. What is your favorite chip, element, or type? And we'll go ahead and start with you again, Erothaur.
Varsword. Easy.
Varsword.
Varsword. I had to choose a secondary, probably Gundel Souls.
So you're a sword enjoyer, but you also like Gunslow?
Yeah. Yeah, I would say even swords in general.
Okay.
Are pretty... My earliest folder that I can remember was just like spaghetti, Varswords, and Gundel Soul with other random G-code chips.
Okay, that's pretty good.
I think it was like GV code in 4 or something.
I mean, I'd believe it. Yeah, GMV code will cover Varsword, covers Gunslow.
And then Varsword and BN3 with E/, just that's all I did for the whole playthrough when I couch rolled that game.
It's a good move. I'm gonna be honest. I can't get the stupid Varsword commands to ever work, so I don't even use Varsword in my BN4 runs. I'm like, nope, I cannot get this to work. It's the worst. I'm trying, but at least in BN4 it's nerfed. BN3, if I was not taking Varsword, I'd be trolling.
Playing 4 and 5 and then go back to 3 and discovering that like Sonic Wave is now 3 Sonic Booms, and then like there's an even stronger command that doesn't cause iframes, I was blown away.
Like, my gosh, I unlocked all the power.
Yeah.
That's
like, why this game's so easy. What?
That's great. I love that.
Yeah, definitely swords, Varsword especially. I used Cust Sword a lot as well, casually, and I think a little bit like Step Sword and Step Cross in 3. Not so much in the
Step
later
Cross.
game. Yeah.
Cool, so sword enjoyer Erothaur. I like that a lot. What about you, xKilios? What's your favorite chip, element, or type? Or maybe you have a favorite specific chip?
This is a very loaded answer or question, but I think Varsword is definitely just one of those chips that everybody really likes. Once you learn the codes, it's like, man, I'm playing an entirely different game. And the same thing can be said to Gut Straight codes, the Gut Punch combo, and the Gut Impact code. Because most people don't even know those chips have codes.
Oh, yeah.
Even like certain navis have codes that most people didn't even know have. Like a Yamato Man, if you use Yamato Man or Japan Man in English, use spam AB, he does more hits. Or if you mash your buttons intensely with Beast Man, he does more hits on the target.
I love that one. I remember just smashing it like, please kill them! Like, cause it's never
I didn't know the Beast Man thing until we group watched the Alpha Omega task. Holy, it just deleted
it's literally insane.
That was how I felt about the use of Top Man during the BN4 tasks.
Top Man, that's a good one too. But for me personally, I just wanted to mention that those were really good chips. But I'm a big fan of the co-op run chips, aka I like putting down sensors. I like Needler, Random Meteor. That chip's really good too. Anything that's placeable that'll just help you in your run. You could just like turn your brain off for a little bit. Pawn, really great chip. So all your best friends just trying to fight with you, and you realize you don't have to do any of the work. It's great.
So you're a summon chip enjoyer. Now that's interesting.
Yeah, I think summon chips are like some of the best things in the games, but they get very underused because there are obviously a lot stronger chips.
Oh, I wholeheartedly agree. As a summon chip enjoyer myself, that's my favorite type. I love Rock Cube. I love Anubis. I love summoning down like stuff like Xylos and Trumpy and Silence and all that. Like, I love those. Nice little support ones and whatnot. And obviously Pawn and Rook. Absolutely bust. I love Kingman so much. Everything from chips to his design. Ooh.
Yeah. Even like the Poison Pharaoh PA. That one's awesome.
I love the Poison Pharaoh PA, which actually leads me to my next question. We'll start with you this time, XKilios. We'll take one from the audience here. What is your favorite program advance across the series?
Oh. Wow, this is a tough one. In 3, I really like Master Style. I think there's something cool about Master Style going off.
Oh, Master Style is sick.
Master Style is incredibly awesome. But I also like, there was one in, I think it was in, I forget which game it is, but it's the, I think it's BN6 actually. It's the Red Sun or Blue Moon PA that just spawns them both. It's just like a big beam, and then it's like an asteroid hitting. And I thought that was really cool too.
It's not pre-power, I don't think. I think that's an event chip in 4. What is it?
Sun Moon is what the PA is called.
Yeah, Sun Moon.
Cool.
There we
Okay.
go.
Yeah, I like that BN6 had a callback PA to the other games. That was so neat.
Oh, and I guess if there's like a top 3, because it's really hard to pick one.
Sure.
I also like Pile Driver.
Oh my god, Pile Driver. Everyone's favorite PA to get hit by with Dark Mega. Just, oh my goodness. Yo, Pile Driver's a good one though. As you can see from the surround strip. With that, Erothaur, what about you? What's your favorite PA in the series?
This is a lot easier for me than I think it was for XKilios. My favorite PA is and always has been Pile Driver.
Nice.
You'd think it would be Life Sword or something. It's always been kind of whatever. Pile Driver by far has been my favorite PA. I think the Sword PAs, they only really have Life Sword, right? They have some like, what were they called? Like X Sword or Var Sword X or whatever, where you get multiple swords.
Right.
Lame. B Sword and BN1 is an example. But Gundale Souls being my second favorite class of chip and having a cool PA definitely wins.
Oh, absolutely. No, I that's a really good one.
I do though like most of the throwback PAs in 6 as well. Sun Moon's really cool. I've always liked Double Hero as well.
Yes, Double Hero's so good. The Twin Leaders I happen to absolutely adore.
Yeah, Twin Leaders is pretty cool.
No, I think Twin Leaders will be up there for me. Poison Pharaoh, and then my absolute go-to PA that I love putting into everything, Hyper Burst, baby. I love Hyper Burst.
Hyper Burst is great. Yeah.
It's quick. It's a lot of hits. I like multi-hit stuff. Infinite Vulcan, shout out to that. Oh, and Pit Hockey too. There's a lot of good ones. Pit Hockey's silly though. Oh man, that's no idea how many good ones there are. All right, well, next question for you, and this one, I don't know, maybe a little loaded depending on kind of stuff you like, but start with you again, XKilios. Who's your favorite net Navi in the series?
Oh. That's not a loaded question at all. I love Windman. I love Windman's operator, and I love Windman. I think they're both like kind of funny, which is also like I really didn't play BN4 too much, but when I did, I went against Windman, and I was like, holy moly, this is like the coolest thing ever. I like Windsoul. Windsoul looks awesome. Using it is probably not the best thing ever, but I think overall, I just really liked Windman's design when they did it for the EXE series, and it definitely stuck with me the most out of all of them.
Oh yeah, like the wind, like the whole wind god, like the Cinderisle. I think his soul is absolutely cracked, personally. As the band has the, like, it keeps bringing him forward so you can just swat him back with the wind racket. Starts out with North Wind to knock off all the auras. It's crazy.
definitely an uninspected one for me, but I definitely think that whenever this topic is ever brought up, I always back up my boy Windman.
Oh yeah. See, that's why we're asking these questions here, because it's like, it's fun. You get to learn some of this. Oh. Windman. That one is... Alright, well, Erothaur, what about you? Who's your favorite net Navi in the series?
So it's actually Junkman.
Alright.
And that's partially because I like the scenario and sort of the story there. But it's also, I really, really like Junk Cross, or Junk Soul, sorry, in BN4. And just design-wise, he's pretty interesting. The idea of a net Navi that's made out of, junk data. It's neat.
Well, you don't see very many independent, like, basically operatorless Navis in the game. One of the premier ones, obviously, is Base. But other than that, you got, like, Darkman, technically, Yamato Man, Serenade. I don't know if that one will get me. But I think those are both really. But I really like Junkman and Windman. Also, BN4 Navi enjoyers. Let's be honest here.
True.
Now
probably Laserman's cool too, but other than that, they're like the only.
Laserman is very cool. I think
in, BN4. Cold Man's kind of lame.
Cold Man is.
Kendo Man's okay.
Kendo Man's pretty cool.
The fight's fun.
Yeah, I think, man, I'd almost say Laserman, but dude, I love Colonel so much. Like, both BN5 and BN6 Colonel.
My second favorite would actually probably be Aquaman.
Really?
Yeah.
That's fair.
It's kind of weird for Gregor Runner.
But he's so cute. You just don't like fish, I get it.
Yeah, I don't like fish.
We can respect trout, but not any other fish.
Problem. Scarred by piranhas.
This scenario is you gotta wonder about that one. Yeah, Planaman's pretty cool. Seeing some good shots in there. I like it. No, that's very cool. I just think it's interesting. All right, well, gentlemen, we're coming to the end of the show here, but I gotta ask you one more question. It's the same one I asked our guest from last month. What is the perfect breakfast food? Either one of you can go first on this one.
xKilios, you go ahead. I'll shatter Rich's dreams second.
I plan on doing the same thing because my favorite breakfast food, if I had to, is usually French toast.
That's a high tier choice.
Okay, French toast. I like it. Why do you like French toast, out of curiosity?
I never had it growing up, but we went on vacation one day, and it was like you could choose whatever you want, and I was like, this is what I've always seen on TV. And then I tried it the first time, and I fell in love. It's just really good.
I mean, makes sense to me.
And it's not that hard to make at home.
Well, sure. You like putting anything on it, like fruit or anything?
Sometimes fruit, powdered sugar. Sometimes is also a good option. And sometimes, if I had to, or if I had it available, it's probably chocolate chips to mix in with something.
Makes sense. But hey, that's pretty good. I like it. French toast. All right. Well, what about you, Aaron? What is the perfect breakfast food?
The first thing that came to mind was waffles.
Nice. I do like me.
xKilios makes a really good point with French toast, though. But I haven't had it in a while. Granted, I've not had waffles in a while either. I usually just have a breakfast sandwich on an English muffin or a wrap or something.
Understandable. Hey, wrap's pretty good though.
But yeah, waffles and French toast, high tier foods. Definitely both above pancakes pretty firmly.
Now that's Declaration Award in some circles.
It's okay. He's gonna beat me up in AMQ after this.
Alright, Team AMQ returns again. Well, I am definitely a big waffles. I mean, I'm pretty equal opportunity when it comes to this. You know, got waffles and eggs and pancakes and bacon and turkey sausage. Pretty dang good if you haven't had it. But,
True. Yeah.
Hey, there's no BN4 slander on my show. I'm sorry, I cut you off. What was that?
No, it's just agreeing with the, as you said, turkey bacon, turkey sausage, or whatever.
Real good. It's got like, it tastes
preferable
just
to
different.
regular bacon, the turkey stuff.
I agree. Wholeheartedly. Well, that brings us to the end of our questions. Gentlemen, you got anything to say before we close out here on another wonderful month here at Team BN?
If I had to say anything, I'd probably say, yeah, a reminder to subscribe to me. It's really good. You can do here/shout out. I'll do that real quick.
Indeed. Truly, if you can, sub to all of our wonderful runners. But if you're going to sub to one, it's probably xKilios.
Yeah. I'd like to say thanks for having me on the show. It was really nice. There are a lot more things you can expect going forward. I plan to do a lot more streaming wise, as well as maybe event wise for Team BN or just like myself overall. I expect to see a lot more streams. I'm basically starting a new adventure in my streaming life. Is I am planning on becoming a VTuber. More news on that soon. I was hoping to have something I can show today, but I could probably just show like a little small image of what I have.
Oh, really?
Here, we can show this one off. So you can look forward to seeing some more stuff coming on my stream later on, or maybe we'll have something to show on the show. Who knows? We'll see. We'll see all that goes on later on. But thanks. I really appreciate being here, and I hope to see many more things going forward for Team BN as well as everyone else individually.
Absolutely. I'm very excited to see your new design in action here soon. That looks so good. And thank y'all for being here. Well, Erothaur, you got anything before we do the wrap up and close out?
Yep. Thanks for having me on. If you have Twitch Prime subs, remember to go use them on xKilios. Definitely not me. My stream schedule is super random and I don't have emotes, so please don't sub to me. But, yeah.
That's alright, alright. Honestly, like I said, if you can, sub to everybody. Why not? Sub to me, sub to xKilios, sub to Erothaur, sub to Team BN, sub to Terra, Trish, and everybody else.
Also, the BN6 tournament's been a lot of fun so far, so try to stop by and check that out.
Indeed, if you haven't followed yet, you should, because we are still going to be pumping out banger games here in the Any% tournament. Trust me, you're gonna want to be here. And we go
getting down to the end of the bracket now. We're top 8, I think. So there's gonna be some really, really good matches coming up.
Oh yeah, and if you haven't already, check out the highlights from the games before. They're all really, really good. Definitely promise you that. There's not very many things I can do.
Any run with Smog or Fat Kid?
Any run with Smog. Control F Smog or Control F Fat Kid, you're gonna find an incredibly hilarious game. Anything from content, absolutely ludicrous pacing. I'll tell you, the closest race we've had is 14 seconds, which happens to also be Smog. So, definitely gonna watch.
I can't believe that race.
Oh, I can't either. Crazy. Absolutely insanity. But yes, oh my god. It's been such a great month. I'm looking forward to the next one. But before we go, I would just like to go ahead and talk to all you in chat. First of all, thank you so much for being around and supporting each of us as different streamers of different kinds of content, with speedrun and other things usually revolving around Mega Man and just loving games in general. But I will tell you, the clips compilation and everything we do for this show, it comes at a price of time in a lot of ways. And I will tell you what would help out a lot. If you're sitting in any of these great stream channels, that'd be xKilios or anyone else, and if you see something fun happen, or if you have just something found a clip that was either cool or funny or something, you just please clip it. Clip it, put a name on it, and come send it to us over the Team BN Discord. We're going to have a section, search clips, and I'm hoping to see a lot of submissions for it. So hopefully y'all are finding people all over the scape here, including new runners like our new one we had promoted before, Nekonami. Just started and looks already incredible doing it. So what I'm saying, especially if you find new folks, we want to see them here, because any of those clips that could end up on this show in the clip compilation. Why not? Come on down. Also, thank you for the comments on the shirt. Absolutely love this shirt. I think, again, this is still sellable on the Capcom store. It's got 5 different chips, Battle Network representation. It's got Colonel over here. Just here. But yes, come on down to the... I assure you, great time, and we would love to see clips, runs, and hey, try to run yourself if you haven't already. Please, come on down. Thank you so much. One more time. And thank you to you all for... We're going to have another great month coming up here. I hope y'all are looking to it. So, as we go here to the... Thank you so much for watching, and join us next month as we continue in the monthly virus scam. The monthly virus scan. I'm definitely not trying to get you to use $5 or your Prime sub to go sub to xKilios. I swear it. I swear that is not what I'm trying to do. But if you did, xKilios would be very grateful. Anyway, y'all have a good one. Bye-bye.